Good, how are you?
Good. Thanks for having me out today. This is really fun. Good to see the route setting process.
Thanks for coming out and kind of videoing it and recording it all.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So you got your donut, you're getting your milk fueled up for the day?
My milk.
So do you have a route setting philosophy?
Yeah, I kind of like, you set your skeleton and layout really fast. And so you kind of know the moves. You don't really focus too much on like what the holds are. It kind of just like, does the hold do its job? You kind of set your skeleton, your feet as fast as possible, have this idea in your head. Maybe like 15, 20 minutes to set it. And then at the end of the setting, we all come together in forerun, and that's kind of when you make it what you want to make it. So
yeah,
you kind of don't overthink it. You set what you think is going to go, and then if it doesn't go, you just keep adding holds, rotating holds until it does go. And then that's kind of a good way to not to overcomplicate it and just keep it pretty simple.
So instead of really focusing on like, okay, what am I going to put here? What am I going to put there? Just kind of get something up there, and then there's just like phases of it, kind of iterations of the process.
And then I usually set top down, so a lot of people will set bottom up. I'll start with the top, and I'll be like, okay, I know I'm going to finish with my right hand, so I need a left hand here. And then from there, I can kind of look and be like, okay, maybe I'll put a right hand here, and then I kind of get down there. I'm like, okay, so maybe I want an undercling to get up here, and then so now I'm down here, I have an undercling. How do I want to get into the undercling? Well, maybe I'm coming from over there. And so it's a pretty fast way and like easy way to kind of get holds on the wall and get like fun movement without kind of overthinking the whole process.
Yeah. So starting with the end in mind.
Yep.
Is that a good philosophy for life as well?
I guess maybe. But also then I feel like if you start at the bottom, you're kind of always in this mindset of like, you pull on and you look at where you can go, and then I feel like the first thoughts kind of make things further away because you want it to be tough or whatever move you have in mind. So you're always thinking, oh, like what does the hold feel like? What's the move feel like from like where I'm at? But if you do it from top down, it's always like you're kind of thinking about, I don't know, I feel like I set better movement that way.
Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, we're gonna try a different setting technique. Chris suggested it. We're gonna try and set top down.
Okay.
Just because it's just like a different style. And then like I think it would be better for like the movements too, because like if you're just like from the ground up, sometimes you don't know if it'll go. Right. Whereas like if you're like top down, sometimes it'll just be like, oh, this is what I need to do to like get to this hold if I'm like going top down, I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never done it before.
Let me know, yeah. It'll be cool to see how it works out.
Yeah. Chris, I've never set top down before.
So are you starting from the bottom here, Ben?
Yeah, just because we got the one hold and it's pretty big, and I don't really want to put it up here because it kind of gets in the way because it protrudes so much, but would like to use it, and so there's really only one spot for it to get actually used, which is at the bottom, so it goes on the bottom. And then from there, I guess then we'll do the hands, and I guess for boulders, it's pretty easy to set bottom up.
Okay.
Because you can do it all from the ladder.
Right.
It just depends on like the route. I guess for like the dyno route that you kind of want to set, you kind of set the crux, which would probably be the dyno first, and then you do the route or the hold into it and then out of
everything else around it. Yeah.
So it kind of just depends.
So it's kind of either bottom up, top down, or do the crux and then set out from there.
Yep. Yeah, there's like a few different ways to do it.
That makes sense.